Somewhere beyond the headlights, something is watching. Out here, the night feels endless. The sounds are unfamiliar. The shadows move. And every mile pulls us farther from the world we know. Slowly, the darkness begins to fade. The first light spills across the African bush, and suddenly a whole new world comes alive. This is not a zoo. This is the wild. Zimbabwe, Zambia, Botswana, a land of endless plains, jungles and animals free to roam as they have for thousands of years. Our trip begins in Johannesburg, South Africa. Then a flight to Victoria Falls and off to our first national park. With coffee in the dark, the day begins just before sunrise. We wear our jackets against the cold morning air. The bush slowly wakes with us, and we patiently search for animals. We begin to see what has drawn us to this continent. Early morning drive is when predators are waking and looking for something to eat. There are a lot of choices for them. Animals are alert. Patience pays off. This trip is not only to see animals, but also to learn about the people. In the village of Ingamo, we were welcomed by a multi-generational family. The homestead we visited is made up of 3 buildings. 4 generations sleep here.
You sleep over there? And the kids down here? My grandmother over there in a small bit. Hello?
There is also a very rustic kitchen nearby. In addition to cooking, this is where people are brought to give birth and to die. In the gathering room, we met with village women. They shared a meal with us, teaching us how to eat with our hands, which is the custom. Through a translator, this woman speaks openly about being the first wife in a polygamous marriage.
Just because my husband was now paying more attention to the second wife than me and my children.
Soon after, she left the marriage. In Wanji, we stayed in tented cabins that have everything you need, but you don't forget you're in the wild. We wake early for a safari, heading out across the dusty trails, searching for wildlife. Early on, we spotted 2 lions stopping for a drink. These lionesses are the main workers of the pride. They do most of the hunting and raise the cubs. We began a search for the male lion and found him behind some heavy shrubbery. The males spend a lot of time resting and protecting their territory. Every drive feels different. Elephants suddenly appear, giraffes moving quietly, while Cape buffalo walk the plains. Each evening we stop for a sundowner. One night hippos played together just a short distance away in what was clearly their home. The message is always clear. We are just visitors in this world. We said our goodbyes and boarded 2 small planes, landing on a small dirt airstrip in Botswana. Kafue National Park is the same size as Yellowstone. Yellowstone gets 4 million visitors a year. Kafue gets 20,000. So here there are no crowds and everything is incredibly peaceful. The next morning as the sun rose, we spotted a lion and her mate taking a morning walk. The peace of the park was disturbed when the monkeys saw them coming. The lions sauntered right through safari jeeps as if they own the place, because they do.
African lion in the face as it approaches the vehicle it gives you pause. And it's very thrilling.
That afternoon, we took a boating safari. We were primarily looking for birds that are a big deal here. There are more than 500 species. Even people who are not birders, like me, enjoy them as they are everywhere. Birds are just as much a part of the scenery as the animals themselves.
The African birds are phenomenal. So it was an experience to treasure.
We then traveled on to Botswana and Chobe National Park, staying in a tented lodge with fantastic views. The Chobe River is high right now. That's because it's May and it's the end of the rainy season. It's a perfect time for all the animals who call this place home. Chobe is known for its massive elephant herds, and boy, did we see elephants. One afternoon, we discovered many of them walking as a group to, well, somewhere. We, of course, followed them along their path to see where they were going. It was bath time.
So she got a broken eyeball. She got one eyeball.
One little one didn't want to get out of the water. Her mother had to put her giant foot down. Right after, the elephants cooled down with a mud bath before marching right back home. Incredible wildlife sightings just kept coming. We even had front row seats to a lion who was stalking an impala, climbing onto a tree for a better view of her prey. The impala got away. Back at our lodge, there was a party going on, and we had not been invited. We weren't missed. The baboons were having a great time. Party rules to live by. Don't forget to have a spotter when you're hanging on a fence, and if life gives you a pool cover, play with it. Well, you're obviously not going to miss us as we move on to the Okavango Delta. Most places, rivers flow to the ocean. Here, the water spreads across a desert. This year, huge rains far upstream helped create one of the biggest flood seasons in years. Roads turned into rivers and islands became temporary homes for wildlife. It's been many years since travelers could take dugout canoes through the delta. This year it opened up and we were able to see the beautiful scenery and feel the tranquility. Heading back to our camp, we continue to see some of these interesting mounds. Termites make them. They are important here. They help shape the ecosystem. In all the parks that we visited, the animals can go anywhere they want. There are no fences. They can even leave the property. It is a very important rule for the visitors that they cannot go anywhere they want at night. They must have a guard going to and from their cabin. Caution is taken everywhere, especially when sighting a leopard. This one was searching for something, probably her cub who was left behind while she was hunting. We also spotted 3 young cheetahs roaming around. At their age, the mom had probably kicked them out of their home to live by themselves. They didn't like seeing the elephants quite so much. But after a while, they then settled down in the bush for a nice nap under the sun. The elephants were clearly still upset. There were a few tense moments as this male stared directly into a full jeep. Elephants are considered one of the most dangerous animals because of their size, strength, and unpredictability, especially if they feel threatened. It's important to be quiet and not make any sudden movements. For a short while, we were guests in their world. A world of patience, a world of instinct, a world of survival, and a world of young beauty. To the dusty tracks of Wangi, the animals of Kafui, the wildlife-rich shores of Chobe, and to the flooded plains of the Okavango Delta. Every sunrise brought mystery, and every sunset left us wanting just one more moment. Africa has a way of staying with you. You still hear the birds, the distant roar of lions, and the sound of the wild, carried on the evening wind. There was just one more place to visit. To hear the thunder of Victoria Falls. Just around 100 years ago, David Livingstone was the first European to discover Victoria Falls and document it so the rest of the world could hear about this beautiful place. We explored the falls from several different viewpoints, each giving us a completely different perspective of this massive wall of water. Once here, you quickly understand why its nickname is the Smoke That Thunders. At the end of a path, Victoria Falls Bridge stretches in beauty across the deep gorge below. Views above the falls offer a different and breathtaking perspective. Back on ground, we shopped in the open markets and met some locals. We learned about their lives here. The river leading to Victoria Falls is known for its calm waters. Like Southern Africa, it's powerful and unforgettable. Until next time.